Hi, everyone, and welcome to Legal Limelight. Today's guest is Hillary Gadsby from Boss Talks. Super excited to chat with her. She runs a women entrepreneur network of some of the top women in business across the country. She is a mover and a shaker. Hillary has built some of the best networking events that I have attended virtually and looking forward to attend in person. Hey guys, hey Hillary, hey Nicole, hi Ricky. Hillary, I'm bringing you up now. Hopefully you got my invite. Hey guys, hi Polly, good to see everyone. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Good.
Super excited to chat.
Same.
So tell us a little bit about Boss Talks. I was giving you a quick introduction and I was saying how it's this like awesome network of female entrepreneurs, but give us an update, like give us an overview of Boss Talks.
Absolutely. So Boss Talks is a mentorship platform. It's a global mentorship platform for women entrepreneurs, and we help you to increase your revenue, increase your leads, build your network through mentorship, strategic networking, and educational resources. And so we've been doing this for several years. It started out as a speaker series here in Los Angeles, and it was really an opportunity for me to help other successful women tell their story of the good, the bad, and the ugly of entrepreneurship. And we did that for 6 years. And what we found was women lacked mentorship from other women. They lacked the right connections and access to capital. And so we decided to create Boss Talks, which is what it is today, which is a mentorship platform. So not just a speaker series here in Los Angeles. And we grew to 14 chapters across the US and Canada. And then last year, I decided to completely shut everything down and start over. And the reason why I did that is because women need more customized approaches to entrepreneurship. It is not a one size fits all. And we want to give women the most customized experience that they possibly can, which is why I'm relaunching Boss Talks into something completely different with more accountability, with more customized approaches. And what we do is we start with our quiz, which is called Mastering the Boss Game. And when you take that quiz, it's going to put you in 3 different buckets, I guess you could say: a dream discoverer, an impact maker, or a business builder. And in that, you're going to have different mentors, you're going to have different networking sessions, as well as educational resources in while you're building your business. So we're going to help you build your business with other people who are on the same path as you, but also those who have been there before you, who can teach you what to do and what not to do.
That's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about what you envision for the future of Boss Talks.
So we have a brand new platform that we're utilizing. It's not Zoom. It's a platform called AirMeet, which we're using, and there's a lot of AI involved. We're going to be doing some matching of women to one another, to mentors. There's going to be sessions, of course, but we're co-creating your business with you. So all the women, it's all about rising tides, right? Lift all boats. And so when women come together and support each other and are each other's sort of, if you will, focus groups, we can help you to start and grow your business. But also, if you're a service-based business and you have a workshop that you want to test out, we're the platform to do that. We're your own focus group. We're your own sales team, if you will. So we're co-creating a community with you, so that you get the right resources, the right mentors, and the right connections to help you grow and build leads.
So tell us a little bit, Hillary, about how you even got into this industry, like coaching and mentoring female entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so I'm not a coach myself, and I don't really want to be a coach myself. What I like to do is I like to aggregate the best possible coaches and mentors out there. And so they're vetted, of course. But I started this because I did not have any women mentors when I was starting my first business, which is in events, and I still do events. I've been doing it for 20 years. But I had a business called a Gatsby Affair for 10 years, and I ended up working with men, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. However, men have a different mentality than women. They're about the hustle. They're about work, 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 work until you can't work anymore. And women, we have a very different way of doing business. And I feel that my business would have been in a better position if I had learned from women. And so I created the speaker series because I wanted women to kind of walk a mile in my shoes, if you will. And it actually started out as a blog called Stiletto Gal, and I blogged 5 days a week about what it was being in my shoes, what it was like being an entrepreneur. But then every Thursday we did Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, where I would interview other women entrepreneurs and walk a mile in their shoes. And it gave an opportunity for women to really hear the stories of the other women. And then that turned into a speaker series. In 2019, my father passed away, and he was always my biggest supporter. And so I felt I want him to be as proud of me as even above as he was on here on earth. And I was like, I'm going to go big or go home. And there were so many incredible things happening at our speaker series. Like, women were getting funding, they were getting new business. You know, the 6 years, there were so many incredible things that happened. I was like, this has to be in other places. And so that's exactly kind of what happened. And that's where we started.
It's great because it was the most important thing for me starting my business to network with other women
Yes.
and creating these safe spaces where other women can connect and talk about things that aren't just affecting their business but affecting their lives as they run their business.
Yes.
So what have you found to be like the most rewarding part of your job when, building this out?
I just love connecting women to opportunities. It's something that's innate in me. I've done it since I was probably 15 years old when my mother introduced me to Steve Wynn when I was 15
Cool.
at a retail job, and I learned the value of a connection and how you can leverage it for yourself as well as helping others. And I've done that pretty much my entire life since that time. And that's what really lights me up, is helping other women to succeed, whether it's a new job opportunity that I can introduce them to, or it's a mentor that they get to meet that helps to grow their business. A couple of years ago, we had a woman that was making $250,000 in her e-commerce business, and just by one of our mentors, she made $2 million that year, just because she listened to the advice of one of our mentors. And so that's the kind of stuff that really just lights me up. I just love helping other women. And I think it's really important to meet each other where we are, and not try to fit you into a box, right? And so I think that that's what makes us different with Boss Talks, is that we're not trying to fit you into a box. We're trying to we're giving you a customized approach to entrepreneurship and to build your business.
What if you had like a female entrepreneur, which I see some of them on here right now. Hi, Yesenia. Some of my clients. So if you had any advice to give to female entrepreneurs who are starting out, what advice would you give?
I would just say, just don't make it don't make it perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start something, and you just never know where that's going to go. When you have an idea of a business, like I said, it's great to be in community with women who can tell you if it's going to work or not. And so talk to your friends, talk to your peers. Those are the people that are going to help you decide whether it's going to work or not. The other thing is that they need to work with someone like you to make sure that they are protected. I've had so many different businesses where I made the mistake of not protecting myself, and I feel like you have to have that protection. You have to know exactly what goes into your business on the back end before you can make it successful. Because if you start a brand and it's trademarked already, then you have to start from scratch.
Yeah. It happens all the time. It's either that or and you get a demand letter and you have to change, or you blow up and you don't have the right protections in place. Not to say that that's the end of the world. It's just you're now doing a lot of like cleanup work at the same time that you're trying to
Yes.
enforce rights. So
Yes.
so yeah, no, I know these are things that like you and I talk about offline too. So I appreciate
Yes.
you. Great advice. Okay, so what advice would you give to yourself, to your 10-year ago self, 10 years ago?
What would I give myself? Um, don't be so serious. Try to have some fun doing what you're doing. Building a business is a lot of fun. Yes, it's like a punch in the gut every single day, but it's also a lot of fun. And so just have some fun, make it a little lighter, and don't make it so serious.
I love that. It's really hard to, you started this saying like don't focus on perfection.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard when things aren't perfect and they don't go the way that you want them to. So if perfection's not the goal, then what should entrepreneurs aspire for? What's the ideal?
I mean, I would aspire to be obviously self-made and to really build what your dream is, but also don't burn yourself out trying to do it. Don't try to and I have to take my own advice, Francesca. Like
Yeah,
I
we
talked
all
about this.
do.
I just talked about this yesterday, and I mean, we all have limiting beliefs, and we all have, I burn out every single year. I do so many things. I do way too much, and I need to take my own advice. So what I would say is try to focus on one thing, but if you have to pivot, your why is never going to
Yeah,
change. It really isn't. If you
I
stay
like
with your
that.
why,
I like that.
something will hit eventually. And my why is helping women to succeed. That is the why. That is increasing the global economic footprint of women. And so if you stay with that, you're unstoppable, and you can pivot as much as you want, because that's women are resilient.
Oh, this is such good advice. And it's something, yeah, like actually my husband and I are at that point where we're trying to figure out like what do we actually want, what do we want our life to look like, do we want to continue to grind, or are we gonna, and then I think you really just hit something that I realize is it's not so much about the things that you want but the why. And if you
Yes.
keep that in mind and the why and your values and what's important, I think you almost like end up reverse engineering what it is to
Yes.
get there. It's a great point.
Yes.
I love that. So, okay. So how can people get involved? When are you planning on launching? Give us
So we're
details.
we're we're going to be launching this year. So we've had some, hiccups, just as entrepreneurship
Uh-huh.
goes, but because once again, Hillary does way too much. But we will be launching. We're still building a couple of technological things in the back end, but we will be launching. We're actually going to be doing something special at the Success Becomes Me conference in Tulsa, Oklahoma on November 8th and 9th. So anybody who goes to that will be able to see the new Boss Talks and Boss Talks Connect. And then we'll be doing kind of 3-month to 4-month cohorts of women in the 3 different areas. So a dream discoverer is somebody who is just starting out, doesn't necessarily have a business, but wants to start a business. Then we have a business builder, who are people like ourselves who have started businesses and have been in it for a couple of years and want to grow. And then an impact maker is someone who is a mentor, who is looking to gain leads from a community, but also give back and provide the education that the next generation needs. So those are our 3 tiers of Boss Talks and Boss Talks Connect. And then obviously we have a summit as well every single year, our Building a Boss Summit. So that happens in Tampa, Florida in March. So our next one is March 1st,
That's
2025.
awesome. That's so exciting. Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be around the corner, like
I
holiday.
know.
It sneaks up. We planned an event in April and it always sneaks up.
It does.
So I'm looking. We got a question. What are some ways to prevent burnout and how do you guys re-energize? Do you want to start, Hillary?
So so I've been doing this a lot, but I try to take little breaks during the day. Like I have a beautiful golden retriever. I get to walk her several times a day, and that gives me the time to decompress from the day, between meetings. I think it's really important to listen to your body when it comes to burnout, and make sure that you're not burning out. You have to listen to your body. You have to listen to the mental health. If your body's telling you to rest, rest. If your mind is there's too many thoughts in there, go take a walk, go out into the nature, and take a hike if you can. If you're not in the winter, go do something that you absolutely love to clear your mind, so that you're not too stressed out because of the business, because it is just your business, right? It's not your life. It's just your business, and it won't go away. Okay.
Yeah,
It won't go away if you take a 30-minute break, if you take an hour break, if you take a day off. It's not going away.
true. Is I love that. Take breaks in between.
Yes.
For me, so I get up really early.
Mm-hmm.
Typically. But like recently, I would say in the past like 6 months, I haven't been able to. Like I talk about this a lot, how I'm always like up early. So it's been,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say I haven't been able to. I've been on and off. I haven't been as like, but I've realized like it was whatever was going on in my life, like there's a season. So like
Mm-hmm.
in winter we work really hard, spring we work really hard, and then in the summer, it's like this clock. I don't know if I'm the only one, but like I feel it in my body where I'm like, I enjoy like relaxing a little bit, but I still need to keep the business going.
Yes.
So now that I feel like really recharged and good, like my husband and I have been like getting up early again. So getting up early is this hack that I actually think it actually helps prevent burnout, because a lot of the times the burnout is mental. So,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's not like we're physically carrying things, it's mental carrying. So you think, oh my God, I have 1,000 emails unread and I have all these projects, and it's literally that. It feels like it's a boulder on your back. So if you get up early, that gives you 2 hours. If you get up early enough, you get 2 full hours uninterrupted with no one bothering you. I used to fit like what would have been days,
Yeah.
because people calling me, interrupting me, into one morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's this feeling, oh my gosh, I just got so ahead of stuff. Now I can go for a walk in the morning, or I can go to lunch with a friend. And it like I think that has been the secret. But and then balancing it right with like knowing your body, and
Yes.
if you feel like you're getting sick or whatever it is, if you feel like you need to like prioritize sleep and physical rest,
Yes.
I've been really kind to myself on that too,
Mm-hmm.
like having a balance with it, because the purpose of it is to prevent burnout, like really. So I don't want to just be getting up to like burn out.
Right. No, I think that's a great hack. I think getting up early and trying to get everything done so that the rest of your day doesn't look so crazy, I think is a really great thing. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs get up very early and they meditate as well. And they just listen, they listen to their body, they're quiet and they just listen. And I think that that's really important. The mindset piece is such a huge portion of being an entrepreneur, because if you are burned out, you're not good for anybody,
Yeah.
and you're not good for yourself either.
And there's a follow-up question. You mentioned limiting beliefs. Any tips on tackling them?
I I wish I could tell you that there is a magic pill that
I
gets rid
know.
of limiting beliefs, but you just have to kind of check yourself. Be like, why am I thinking this? Like, you just kind of have to go into the warrior mode and be like, I'm a badass. Like, why am I thinking this way? Why is this creeping up? What is the root cause of it? And then just turn it and change the way you're speaking. That's how you get rid of a limiting belief. And I've learned that from so many different mentors that we've had with Boss Talks. And I highly recommend that you check some of them out. Tracy Litt, Danielle Margraf, like these women really truly know. Bree Seeley, they really know how to get rid of those limiting beliefs. But everybody has limiting beliefs, so it's very hard to just take it and be like, this is the pill, it goes away. It doesn't. It's going to creep up, and you just have to learn how to how to change your mindset.
Yeah, and it's couple of things that have like hacks are like affirmations in the morning, like you write on a notepad, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Or I saw this the other day, I love myself and life loves me. And
Yes.
it's you're reprogramming your brain to, instead of focus on the negative, to think of the positive. Instead of thinking, oh, I don't want to lose my job, hey, maybe I'll get promoted this year. Or, oh, I really, really, really want to do, I don't want to lose this relationship. Wow, I feel so blessed to be in this relationship. It's like reorienting and focusing on what actually, like, flip it to be positive. It's a
It is.
practice. It is not, it's not a pill, it's a practice. And also becoming an observer of the thought. So
Yes.
you are not your
Right.
thoughts. You are not. So once you recognize that the thoughts that come up are not you, you can start to control that. And
Yes.
in conjunction with like programming your brain to try and focus on better thoughts. That's
Agree.
the
It
journey.
is the journey. It's definitely the journey. I mean, like I said, entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. It is a punch in the gut every single day. But if you just have fun doing it, you can get rid of the limiting beliefs. You can
Yeah.
get rid of the naysayers. You could just have some fun because it really is truly the best job in the world.
It's really rewarding. I know. It's like I love that you said that because it's extremely hard, but it's very rewarding. There's a cost to everything, right? Everything is
Right.
hard to choose your hard. With entrepreneurship, the level that I'm at now is it's like think of people in the ER, right?
Mhm.
So if you see someone walking down the street with their arm hanging off, like covered in blood, you'd probably like freak out. You probably like scream,
Yes.
right? But when a trained doctor sees it in the ER, they're calm, they're
Yes.
poised, they start
Yes.
operating. They're trained
Yeah.
professionals. So as you, it's you'll never get rid of your problems. Entrepreneurs run into problems. We're problem
Hmm.
solvers.
Yes.
So if there were no problems, there would be no businesses. So shifting your thoughts to actually like look at problems differently and be grateful, like again, like the mindset thing, instead of like, oh, I have this one client, it gives me a hard time. No, like I'm so grateful for this client. Like I'm so grateful that they're choosing me to like help me solve their problems. And it
Yes.
then makes you a trained professional, so that
Hmm.
rather than run away when you see the problems, you run into them and you have a better building a process and stomach for it, because problems are, that's it. Like we're in it for problems.
We
They're never going
we
to go away.
they aren't. And honestly, if you're in a service-based business and if you're having a really hard time with a client, what's so great about owning your own business, you can fire them.
Yes.
If you and there will always be a new one. There will always be even better client once you get rid of the one that is holding you back and holding you down.
Yeah, and I think like you get to the point where you like almost like have this faith that it'll keep flowing.
Yes.
So if you, rather than focus on holding on to a client or holding on to something, you can start trusting in, I've built a brand, I give a tremendous value to the community. And like we've had that where people have come in and out of our lives, and like once the door closes, it doesn't feel great, but every single time another door has opened,
Yeah.
every closed, every end has led to a new beginning, an incredible beginning. And it has just given me like this faith that, okay, you have a business, there's a flow, people will constantly come in and out of it, and then you get rid of the worry. And most of the times, as long as you're focusing on giving tremendous value and constantly looking on how to innovate and reach clients, like
Yes.
you're gonna be okay.
I agree. I agree. And I mean, you're going to be okay no matter what.
It's
You really are.
true. And there's people who've like gone bankrupt and shuttered their business 2 or 3 times to get them to the point where like, oh, this is what I was supposed to be doing. So like
Yes.
to your point about like you're not your business. Oh my gosh, I remember when I was in Big Law and like it was no longer serving me, and I just struggled with like it was like an identity crisis. I'm like, oh my God, but if I'm not in Big Law, who am I? And
Right.
then I realized, wow, I'm so much more than my job. And once
Yes.
you shift like to that, I think like life kind of changes.
I think so too. And I'm really proud of you that you left Big Law and you started your own firm. I think that's amazing.
Thank
And
you.
it's what you were meant to do because you're changing the legal game.
Thank you. I'm trying. Yeah, we are. I shouldn't say I'm trying. We definitely are. It's just funny. Like, I never thought this would be my thing. And to anyone watching this, like, just have an open mind. And when it was happening, I was so burnt out and like not happy. And I just didn't understand why it was happening to me because I was so committed to making it work. But it was actually just the universe. I wasn't listening. And
Hmm.
so Oprah says like, sometimes like the universe will send the raindrops
Yeah.
and then it'll be hail and then it'll be like boulders, right? Like you
Yeah.
have to move. And so just trusting that if a door closes or it's painful, there's usually it's supposed to reorient you in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's another reason why I shut down Boss Talks because I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the where it was and where it was going. And even though we had some successes, it just wasn't in alignment with where I feel that entrepreneurs are and where what they're looking for. And so that is
Good for
that's
you.
something it took me a lot to do that. But I felt that it was necessary to just shut it down and start and not necessarily start from scratch. We still have a lot of the components to it, but it's just rejiggering a few things so that it really gives women an opportunity to truly succeed.
I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. And everyone, if you don't already follow Boss Talks, if you're watching this live, click on the little arrow and go down and click add. If you're watching the recording, you can follow Hillary and her company at Boss Talks.
Yes, Boss Talks Network is our Instagram and Facebook, and then bosstalks.com is actually being completely revamped at the moment, so that's going to be launching soon as well. So you'll see lots of new things from us.
Super exciting, Hillary. Congratulations.
Thank
Keep us
you.
posted on everything.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
And thanks, everyone. This is Legal Limelight. We're here every Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.